Hello and welcome everybody to another modern stream. Today we're going back home. We're going to be playing some Amulet Titan and not messing around with this like nasty battlements nonsense. Yuck. Get that out of my face. We're back home. We're back home in the stronghold. Yes, I made a couple of changes to the deck list that I played in the last Amulet video. And this deck list in particular was inspired by Mistaken. Mistaken is a Venezuelan player, a really good Amulet player. He top-aided the Showcase Challenge this past weekend. Was it the weekend before? I don't know. Like time is just a mixed thing at this point. But he actually went ahead and top-aided the challenge. The Showcase Challenge, excuse me, with something very similar to this. I made a couple of adjustments to his list, but let's go over the list to get things started. First of all, we're playing, the classic, we're playing Primetime, but now we're playing a couple of extra copies of Colossus. We're also playing some copies of Turntimber Symbiosis as extra green sources that can double up as threats in the late game, or at least, a shot at a threat. This is something that Panda Wine did, and that we actually tried on stream here as well. We have the other usual suspect, Dryad, Azusa, Explorer, etc. We're back on Expedition map. Every time I cut map from the deck, I end up regretting it. I think map is just so good, and the upside is so high for such a minimal opportunity cost of having just a single copy to go tutor for with your Ursa Sagas. So I'm a believer in map, and I know that other players are not, but like, if anything, the printing of Boseiju and how important Boseiju is in certain matchups, it just makes a map that much better, if anything. So I feel like right now there's even more of a reason to be running map than was even before. But yeah, so we made room for the Stronghold package. That is one Boros Garrison, one Slayer Stronghold, one Sunhome Fortress of the Legion. In order to make room for that, we actually had to cut a couple of bounce lands, and we had to make other compromises. But that's fine. We shall survive. We shall move on. Only playing 3 basics here. That's one of the things that Mistaken was doing. Personally, I think I would want to play a 4th basic over the 2nd Cavern in the main deck, and then play 2 Cavern of Souls in the sideboard. But for now, I actually want to give this a shot. So we're only playing 3 basics and 2 Cavern of Souls. Of course, we do have access to our fetch land, however. But yeah, personally, I do like having access to the 4 basic lands in the deck. The sideboard includes Bojuki Bog, Boseiju, number 3, and Cavern of Souls. We actually have a Relic of Progenitus as a one of which we can go find with our saga. Dismember, I think, it's gonna be a very important card in the Amulet sideboard from now on, because the printing of Boseiju made it so it's significantly easier for us to answer Blood Moon, and a bunch of decks are playing Boseiju. This is, as I predicted in the video that I made as soon as the card was spoiled, this is far and away the most impactful card from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. So every deck that can run it is running it, and every deck that can run it should run it. So because of that, cards like Blood Moon are going down in relevance, I would say, or at least in power level. So a lot of the decks that are playing that were playing Blood Moon before, which weren't that many, but like your Blue Red Murktide, your what's his name, the Aspiring Spike deck with Stoneforge Mystic and like Monkey, I can't remember the name, Stoneblade. So those decks are going to move over to Magus of the Moon. So now all of a sudden Dismember becomes significantly more important than it was before, because I'm expecting to see a lot more Magus than we have in the past. Then a couple of copies of Tireless Tracker. This card is just good against the Grixis Shadow and decks like that. I am not super sold on it. Like, it's always been a legit card, like always it's a fine role player and like a fine mid-range threat. I'm not sold that it's the best use of these 2 slots. And like, I wonder if, with 2 copies of Cultivator Colossus in the main deck, like I wonder if maybe we want more Colossus in the sideboard. They're different cards though. Like, this is much better against control decks and decks like Yorion, while Tracker is much better against decks that have a lower curve and are trying to tempo you out, because it is something that you can do on as you are progressing your game plan. So there's different cards that do a similar thing in a different way. but yeah, trying out the trackers. Endurance, 3 copies. This card is excellent. I'm never leaving home without at least 2 copies of Endurance in my sideboard. 2 copies of Force of Vigor. We've been playing 3 and 4 copies in the past, but of course the printing of Boseiju means that we don't really have to anymore. Like, we can simply we can answer the hammer threats and all that stuff now with Boseiju as opposed to with Force of Vigor. And finally, a couple of copies of Engineered Explosives. Explosives, of course, very good against the affinity decks, the hammer decks, the shadow decks, and even it's pretty solid against a bunch of new brews that have been coming up. There's been like some Cat Oven decks that have started showing up with the Anvil, the black-red card. So against decks like that and like just like random nonsense, Engineered Explosives just ends up being a fantastic card. We're going to be running this deck through League. I wanted to shout out Mengu for lending me these 3 copies of Boseiju because I couldn't get them with my rental service. Because, as I said, everybody's playing with the cards, so there's a shortage of it. But yeah, we're going to be playing this deck list through League. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you there for round number 1. Alright, round number 1. Against the Lurrus deck. Like, this hand is extremely good against Hammer. But if my opponent's playing a Shadow deck, this hand is pretty rancid. I'm going to keep it for science. We're gambling here, okay? We are gambling here. My wife is crying. I should probably go check in. I don't think she's the one crying. I think that the baby is the one crying. But, you know, I'm too afraid to go check now. Oh, it's this guy. That's actually a pretty good draw. Because if my opponent's playing a counter magic deck, we can go fight Cavern. Or if they're not, we're going to have double Amulet in a couple of turns. And that means that this can go find my bounce land. Windswept Heath has been exiled. Thoughtseize. Okay. Take my pact. How many Boseijus do I see in Amulet? I mean, you can check the deck list that I'm playing right now. So he's always crying. Yes, he is. I mean, I'm taking damage anyway, right? So I might as well discard the basic for. Actually, no, there's Castle. No, but Castle, I want Castle to enter tapped, actually. So let's go with that. It's actively better for me to discard the basic. There's no real upside to using Boseiju to blowing up my opponent's land, so let's not mess around with that. And I'm gonna play out one of these Boseijus. I would love to draw a bounce land. If I draw a bounce, oh, that doesn't do anything for them. But I would like to have the amulets in my deck. What's it like to cross away? My dad would give me the Deadly Greek Spartan Stare. Jeez, that sounds terrifying. That sounds terrifying. Swamp. Alright. You gonna play the Amulet, opponent? Should play the Amulet. This is kind of... Ooh, okay. This is kind of awkward, actually. What am I planning to do here? Thank you, Mengu, for the follow. Yeah, already Boseiju already doing work. Thank you. What am I doing here? So if I crack map, we're gonna have a second Amulet, so I can just play Lurrus, and I don't need to crack this for a bounce land anymore. We have that covered. So I can float mana. Well, I guess that this part is scripted, right? Like I'm gonna be doing this. But one thing that I'm noticing is my opponent has their basic swamp right here. So they're not gonna have a basic island. Which means that I could get cheeky and I could blow up my opponent's steam vents. Andrea, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to Andrea. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold, Mangu. So I think that what we're doing here is we're just gonna try to transmute T-West for Summoner's Pact and say go. But yeah, we can get kind of cheeky here. So the other thing that I was considering was, since my opponent is giving me time, what I could have done is I could have cracked Expedition Map, go find Saga, and play it in order to set up a triple Amulet draw down the line. Also, it would give me a blocker for the monkey. Oh, hello. Well, that makes things a lot easier now. We're just gonna play this, name Giant, and say go. This game became a little bit easier. I'm not gonna say significantly easier, but definitely a little bit easier. My opponent's gonna get to Croxa here, which is kind of annoying. I love how the monkey has like... I mean, the reason why monkey is good in this matchup is not because of the cards it's getting, right? It's because of the mana that it's generating. Like this turn, my opponent gets to Croxa. This turn, my opponent gets to Croxa and hold up... what's the name? Drowning Lock. Okay, so here we're gonna need a good turn here because this is gonna be our last turn. Celestia Sanctuary. Okay, so we can start on Pact. If we lead on Pact, that draws my opponent's Drown in the Lock. Then we cast Primeval Titan. I'm trying to see if I can... I don't think I can get tricky, though. So, Summoner's Pact. I imagine we're going to see a Drown in the Lock here. I cannot be double Drown. I cannot be double Drown. But I can beat... I guess Unholy Heat is not even active. But I can beat Terminate. Because what I can do is I can cast this Primeval Titan. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty good. I forgot that this was a card for whatever reason. All right. It's not that I had enough mana to like Boseiju the dress down, but sure. All right, we got that. So, Relic is good. Explosives is good. Tracker and Endurance are fantastic. This is good. This is good. I want to cut the Expedition Map. I want to cut the Sagas. Want to cut at least 2 Amulets. Want to cut Cultivator Colossus. Hey Freed, how's it going? Playing with the good haste lands? Yeah. Just doing the right thing. Just we're out here doing the right thing. Thank you for the follow for Yuna. I'm wondering whether I want Boseiju number 3. I think I do. This is a way for me to kind of play around dress down. we can do something like this. Let's try this. So now we turn into a like a mid-range ramp deck, as opposed to being more of a instead of having our combo potential, we're just like a mid-range deck with just good cards. Keep this hand. This hand is really, really good. This is like exactly what we want to see. Not like to pay. Now we get to explore on 2. Turn through, we get to tracker plus land. You love to see it. Endurance. That's hype. Just gonna name giant. I'm gonna be bouncing this anyway. Let's actually name human. No, let's name giant. Because my opponent is not gonna be able to counter any of my humans next turn, right? Like I just don't have enough cards in the graveyard for round the lock. Yeah, let's play that. I'm not gonna be using 4 mana next turn, and this gives me more options. Like I don't know if I want to bounce this or I want to bounce this just yet. So this gives me more time. Like I'm just delaying the option that this is gonna create. What's the reason behind calling Amulet, or is the switch into mid range all the explanation needed? That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Like Amulet is just a bad top deck, right? Like this deck tries to play on an axis where they're trying to put you in, like they're just striping down on your resources, and they put you in a situation where you're top decking, right? If I'm top decking and I draw an Amulet, I lose the game. If I'm top decking and I draw a Tireless Tracker or on an Endurance, all of a sudden I'm in a situation where I can come back into the game, right? What's up, GK? THRGK, is that is that Garrett? And you change your username? Okay, well there you go. So if I tracker here, opponent just gets too heated. Yeah, Gerber, for sure. Yeah, that makes sense, Gerber, yeah. How are you doing, by the way? How's everything? Yeah, I cut all the sagas, and I cut the amulets and the expedition map. And the Colossus, of course. I think I'm gonna play Azusa here. And I'm gonna save this for tracker. Endurance plays around heat, yeah, but I couldn't cast endurance, right? I only had 1 green mana. and the heat hits the tracker regardless, right? Like it's just a shock. Like shock, it just kills this. Ornborg, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Haven't played mathematics in the past. Store champs and going to Hunter. Oh, nice, that's awesome. Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to discard. I'm gonna have to discard the land here, which I don't love, but I have to. And here, if I find the land, I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna tracker now. Play tracker, play land. Before we bounce anything, we get to draw a card, which is nice. So that gives me more info. Gonna bounce Turntimber. This center's tapped, so I can't Turntimber with this land, but it sets me up for the future. Terminate. Okay. But you see what I'm saying here, right? Like, my deck is just pure gas. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to discard the land. And I'm gonna main phase this Endurance. I'm not even gonna spin, like, I just don't want to see this score. Oh. Hey! Hello there! Hello, handsome! Hello, handsome! And just get a growth chamber here. That's just sexy. That's just sexy. No need to Endurance when I can just bog them. Never didn't have it. Yep. Oh man. How is he so good? MTGO Premium, worth it. Worth it every time. I think I like this. I think I like this game plan. I think I do like this game plan. Between Amulet, Spike's Mono Blue Affinity deck, and Ursa. I mean, you know what I'm gonna say, right? I don't need to tell you what I would play. I've been hearing against going full Colossus Direct Move versus Shadow is that the deck is too fast to have that be a viable game plan. I mean, it's not really that fast. Like, it's fast. Like, it's not a slow deck by any means, but it's not really that fast a deck. Like, the DRC draws, for example, they're not that scary, you know? I'm a lot more scared about the monkey draws. They can dash monkey next turn, so I'm gonna Grazer here. Just the classic Cavern Beast. And I think we play the Bounce Land. Missing out on some value, but it is what it is. Against the Rakdos Lurrus deck, we don't do the same thing, or do we? Well, it depends. Like, that deck doesn't have Dress Down, so Colossus is a legit threat against them. They do have the Alpine Moon whatever plan, right? So they still have that aspect of it, but it's just not as pronounced, to put it somehow. Here's a Dryad, here's a land. Your turn. So my opponent can Thoughtless Inquisition away the tracker. That would suck. And if they don't, what we can do is we can T-West for a bog. Alpine Moon. Okay. Okay, so they're going to be able to get back Croxa next turn. That is scary. Shadow. Okay, so we're going to have to get a little bit lucky here. Gonna have to get a little bit lucky. But I definitely want to pad my life total a little bit. And next turn, if my... I guess even if my Dryad dies, it doesn't matter. I still get to... I get to transmit for explosives and I just clear the board. Are they really so sure that we cut all the sagas? Yeah, I mean... I don't know how rare of a strategy it is. They killed Dryad before killing Tracker? They killed Dryad before playing Croxa? What? There is no way that it's correct to kill the Dryad instead of playing Kroxa there. There's just no way. They also know about the cavern. I am so confused right now. Why would they do that? So let's say that they're holding Drown the Luck. Because it's the only thing that makes sense. They have to have Drown the Luck, and they're trying to prevent me from playing a Titan. Yeah, I'm gonna get Bog, yeah. But I'm gonna play my land first so I get what extra draw out of this tracker. But Drown the Luck is awful, though. I am really confused. What is my opponent's last card? What is the card that makes my opponent make that play? It has to be Drown, right? So, since I'm assuming that it's Drown, and I want to get the extra draw from this, my sequencing needs to be play my Cavern first, name Dryad, play my Dryad for 3 mana. No, transmute for Bog. Yeah, that's how it goes. So, play this on Dryad. Then we transmute for Bog. Transmute for Boseiju Bog. Now we play Dryad. And now we don't give my opponent priority. I guess they could have Dress Down. But if they had Dress Down, I don't think that's what they would have done. I think they just have what's his name? They have Dress Down, Drown the Luck. It's the only card that makes sense. Okay. That's fine. My opponent should have killed this tracker. So many times my opponent should have killed this tracker. Now I'm untapping with tracker. All of this mana? Okay. Okay, like, this gal has been a 5-for-1. And I'm at 24. About to take 6. Which is not nothing, but like, a bounce land just lets me to EE and clear my opponent's board. Let's tap properly. So, bounce land? That's a bounce land. I'm gonna wait till next turn. Sapico Rodrigo, welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for the Prime sub. Let's play this out. Bounce here. And even if they have Dress Down, I don't need to chump. So now I'm just gonna chill here, I think. I could play the Relic. It's gonna get blown up, but I think that's fine. It's gonna get blown up when I EE on 1, but I think that's okay. Tidal Clock also with the tier 1 sub, 7 months, 9 months actually, my bad. Appreciate the opportunity to be a part of this an amazing community. Appreciate you streaming and allowing me to consume as much 6/6 content as I can. Well, you know that if 6/6s for 6 is what you're about, there's no better place. Remember when I didn't transmute for the explosives last turn? Chat, remember when I did that? Remember when I didn't transmute for the explosives, chat? That happened. So I'm taking 8 now. Scratch that. I'm not taking 8. I'm taking 10. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Disintercept. Kind of regretting playing out that. We are in top deck mode here. We are in top deck mode. We are in top deck mode. So we're gonna have to pop EE here. And the proper sequencing is to hold up control, pop EE, and with that on the stack, we crack the relic. The reason to do this is so the actual explosives gets exiled. The explosives being exiled mean it's one less card for my opponent's round in the locks. But yeah, here my opponent's gonna get to replay the shadow, which is obviously bad for me. This card is messed up. Okay. So play tracker. Play this, copy this. And I'm gonna draw before I make any decisions. Interesting. Well, that means I don't need Bojuka Bog, which is nice. So we're just gonna bounce Radiant Fountain. Doing this main phase to, I don't know, play around something. Play around stuff that could happen. Wasn't better to crack EE end of combat? You mean after I'm dead? I'm at 8. My opponent had a 7-7 and a 1-1 in play. Block. Would like to not take lethal, thank you. We could reset Cavern. I'd rather gain life than reset Cavern, I think. Gain some life. Let's draw. Huh, okay. That's a card. Spin the wheel! Oh, I love this deck. I love this deck. Never, ever, ever didn't have it. Never, ever did I not have it. Let's gain 2 more life here. Also, by the way, this tracker is lethal. Hit ya. I'm gonna take 6. I'm gonna play around Unholy Heat here. And call against command. Here go. Look at this silly 5/5. What are you even? Just a 5/5? Come on. Come on. Terminate. Thoughtseize. Okay. So now it's a 7/7. Maybe I should have gone in Sunhome there. The easiest match of my life. Wow. That was kind of cool. That was a really, really cool showcase. And the sideboard plan really, really showcased right there. Tracker drew approximately 7 million cards. Good stuff. Good stuff. Just outgrinding the Shadow Lurrus deck. See you in the next round. All right, so what do we got here? If we find a bounce land, this hand is awesome, and we have a way to find a bounce land, okay. Like, any land is just a fantastic draw here. Just any land at all is great. If you don't own a third counter, what would the replacement be in the 75? Huh. That's actually an interesting one. Opponent says don't do it, no Grazer. Oh yeah. I think this is probably the Manatide bullshit deck. We got bodied by this deck last time I played it. Last time I played against it. I don't know. I mean, Fountain is kind of an interesting one. Oh, it's not the Destroy Your Lands deck. Opponent's not cracking the earth over there. To explore to timber is more likely. So one thing that I'm going to disclose is that what you see, like what you've seen on stream, is literally all the matches of Modern that I've played. I did not do any testing outside or anything like that, so I honestly don't know. Like I legit cannot answer those questions. Like, I just have not tested enough. Like, I cannot really tell you. Like, I can tell you that this is the split that makes sense to me. So, like, my years of experience playing the deck tell me that this is the split that I want. But I can't tell you that it's the best split. Because I just don't know. Why test, just win? You see, Arkan gets it. I mean, I could pack for Grazer, but we're probably not gonna do that. Yeah. Next turn, I'm just gonna play 3 Dryads, which should be pretty solid. So let's just hope that I don't die. That's my goal for this turn, to not die. Let's see if I can succeed. Kind of succeed at this pretty silly don't die goal of me. Lava Dart! Well, I guess I can't succeed. Okay. I wonder what the white is for. This friend posting a card with a screenshot, maybe we're getting a second league chat. I mean, if I can. I always aim for 2 leagues, but you have to understand that as everything in my life now, from now on, it's not up to me. I am not the boss of me. A 2-month-old is the boss of me. So all I can give you is wishful thinking. All I can give you is just a hope and a dream. That's all I got for you. There's no way they have heat, right? They're gonna try to Luxac heat. Oh, because they can dart. Okay, yeah, my opponent can actually just dart plus plus bolt here. That's probably what they're trying to figure out. One, two, three, four. We have enough mana to do all the stuff that we want, so. Yep, pass the turn. Do you think second T-West is needed? Want to fit a Vestige in there as the 10th bounce and 10th tapped green? Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, for sure. I'm going with second T-West because that's what Mistaken was doing, and I mean that also seems like a fine idea to me. But if you want to do something else, you know, just by all means. ¿Por qué cambió tanto la lista por agregar Two Main de Boseiju que hace que sea tan jugable, más jugable que Turntimber ahora? Boseiju es muy buena mejorando las debilidades del mazo. ¿Entendés? Eso es lo que hace Boseiju. Por eso es tan buena en este mazo. No es algo proactivo, pero detiene las cosas proactivas que tu oponente puede hacer para frenar tu plan. It's actually not incredibly unlikely for us to die here, so I'm gonna just double block. To be fair, I think he had a chance to lose last game if he didn't have to T-West. Yeah. I mean, it's a fantastic card, right? T-West is just an all-star. Wow, DRC beating a lava dart, dude. That's gross. DRC beating a lava dart, man. Disgusting. Do I watch football? If you're talking about football as in, you know, football, the one that you play with your foot, then I don't, but I do watch every now and then. And if you're talking about football as in American football, then no, not at all. That's also good for me. Like, they wasted a point of damage there. Or they could have thrown 2 lava darts at these Dryad, and then their monkey would have survived. European football. You mean because of the UEFA, the Champions League? Oh, I'm actually just dead. Wow. Okay. All right. I will never say that my opponent made a mistake ever again. Clearly they know what's up. What my favorite team is. When I was a kid and I used to really follow football, my favorite team was the Chelsea. I was a big Chelsea fan, but I honestly haven't followed in years at this point. What do I think about the Orion Titan? I mean, it's a meme, right? It's fun. You see the real deck? No. We're just playing a strictly worse version of Amulet, but is it fun? Hell yeah. Boca or River? Boca. Ni cerca. Not even close. Let's do that. Yeah. I wonder how long it's been since I've died to a Timur Battle Rage. Also, it's pretty funny, like, Timur Battle Rage does not seem particularly good in my opponent's deck. Like, they're playing like monkeys and DRCs. But somehow it's literally the only card they could have had that could have killed me there. That's funny. Chelsea current Champions League. Yeah, there you go. Without even knowing, I'm winning. Hey, this hand's fine. Like, I'm not crazy about it, but I mean, I'll keep it. Like, I'd much rather this be a Dryad or this be a green source. Sapiko with the cheer. Thank you so much. Dryad, Azusa, Saga. I'll take it. I'll take it. Don't Alpine Moon me, bro. Still don't know what the white is for. I mean, Lurrus, but... Okay. Is this a coward stream? I think this may be a coward stream, chat. The good thing is that my opponent has to go for it, right? Because I can just not crack this, get second Amulet, and just kill them. But yeah, I mean, I just... They're gonna try to force me to crack. But the good thing is that them forcing me to crack means that they have to use a ton of resources. And anything that is not lethal, I just don't crack. Damn it! So we take 9. I have to crack here though, right? We take 9. Down to 7. And then we have... No, we just have this... yeah, I have to crack here. I have to... I cannot take 9 here, unfortunately. Dude, them having the Alpine Moon is just so brutal. Them finding the Alpine Moon is just devastating there. I can't even get value from the fountain just yet because I really need to hardcast this Endurance next turn. I'm gonna take 3. It's not that big of a deal. Bold Face. Probably put Lurrus in hand. Yeah. Okay. Slow and steady wins the race, though. Slow and steady wins the race. This card is so good, man. I love Endurance so much. It's just such a great card. So just randomly fantastic. So randomly fantastic. 3-4, baby. keeps the 3-3 in check straight up. I think I'm just gonna Vesuva the Fountain. And Sego, and next turn we just we cast Prime Time, and that probably wins the game. Alpine has become super frustrating for me, and it's not that good, but when it's good, it beats me. Nah, Alpine Moon is fine. I mean, I'm gonna block there. You got it. Sure. You got me. How about now? Is this good enough? I mean, we drew this, so I'm just gonna get Boros Garrison and I guess Tolaria West. If we didn't have the Summon Respect, I was gonna get Growth Chamber, so next turn we actually can just do the thing. Just make sure we have a never-ending chain of dudes coming to hang out. Block, yep. Got a bolt. Good bluff. I call your bluff. Changes. That is a misstep. Like this is just basically an upgrade, so actually it's not. Never mind. Like it's the legendary clause may come up because I'm not really using it to destroy lands. So they showed me Alpine Moon. Still doesn't mean that I want to cut sagas, right? Is this better than Handwear? Always that word. Always that word. There's no such thing as better or worse when it comes to Amulet. There's higher upside, lower upside. There's like advantages and disadvantages, but the words better and worse are just always. I mean, Primeval Titan is better than Colossal Dreadmaw. I'll give you that. Okay, that is the only cases in this deck where like you can speak in absolutes and it's gonna be correct. Have I brewed with Springleaf Avenger in Amulet? No, I have not. Sounds hilarious though. Only a Sith speaks in absolutes. I really want a second copy of Explore on the draw. I feel like it's gonna help me smooth out my draws. Cut Expedition map. Ish. I don't like that. Every single time I've cut Expedition map, I've regretted it. Hope this is not yet one more time of the same thing. Hate it here, chat. France said you can play Wayward's Worthless over Zusa, just lower upside, not worse. I mean, it's a different card, right? You can play whatever makes you happy. I mean, I have played Wayward Swordtooth before. Let's just leave it at that. Thank you for the cheers, Rodrigo. Appreciate it. If you play Handwear, you're forced to have Colony in the sideboard. Like maybe, yeah. I mean, that's a good point. That's a good point too. Like, a big upside of playing Stronghold is precisely the fact that your Titan gets to both attack and be on attack and defense, right? So, Colony allows you to do that much worse, but allows you to do it. Do we keep this hand, chat? I'm not sure. Should we keep this hand? Aaron Kent, 41 months. Thank you so much, Aaron, for the continued support. One more month and I will be at the answer to the universe and everything. Yeah, that sounds about right to me. Man, should I have kept this hand? Maybe I shouldn't have kept this hand. Maybe I shouldn't have kept this hand. Yep. I have lost multiple matches to not having Stronghold. Here's a Triad. We actually get to transmute here. Sick. Sick. Blue. Blue. Transmute. And I think we just get another Summoner's back, right? Like, this is going into the garbage. Like, I'm gonna be blocking with this Dryad anyway, right? So Seal of Fire. Wow. Opponent going really deep. It's been a while since I played Amulet. It seems like a hand you throw back. Yeah, I know. It's a close hand though, Aaron, for sure. 5 mana, 5/5 primetime 1. As I said, would be lethal here. That's true. That's true. That's true. I mean, that's why we're still playing Azusa in the deck, right? Seems like my opponent has a pretty tough surveil trigger here. So I guess that means that they must have a way to draw a card like now. So I'm assuming that they have expressive iteration, or like, no, it's not iteration, it's reckless, whatever. Or light up the stage. So they're trying to figure out whether they should draw the card or whether they should pass. Is there a world where you would go 2/2 in the Asus Explorer split? Yeah, sure. Anything can happen in the world, right? So yeah, you can try going for that. How does Azusa would be lethal? Trying to understand the lines of the deck. Knew it. It's convoluted. It's convoluted. But yeah, I made an entire video about it. But Azusa plus Devil Amulet plus a Bounce Land and a Primeval Titan equals 20 damage. Okay, we're gonna see what's on top. Alpine Moon. There you go. So that's what's on top. And that's what my opponent was trying to set up. What do they name with the Alpine Moon, though? That's the question. Well, I don't have the mana if I do that, Aaron, because I would need to tap the bounce land for a single blue mana. I can't tap the bounce land for blue plus one else. Wow. All right. Very smart play from my opponent there. We could have won turn 2. No, we didn't miss lethal. I mean, if I had Azusa instead of this, we would have won on turn 2, but we had this, so we don't. How many turn 2s do we have on the channel? Around 50, yeah. Opponent's down to 1 card. We can pact for endurance if we want to. So I think we just play our cards and pass the turn. Cultivators are gone. Could pact for another Dryad. Actually, is that better? It may be better for me to pact for another Dryad here. No, because my opponent can attack me in the air, so it's better to go for endurance. Or sometimes my two favorite decks. If you like how many game actually taking Ursa, you're gonna love this deck. Yeah, it's good stuff. Big Storm and Ursa artifacts deck. Glover. We're trying to learn Titan 2. Played some games against friends along the years with Storm. Oh, nice. Hopefully those were good games. They kept a card on top, which is bad for me. Bubble, Lava Dart. Those are some really good draws, opponent. Those are some really good draws. So at least I can force the Lava Dart. We're gonna pact for endurance. Them finding Lava Dart is just so brutal. Ay, ay, ay. So if they go Dart, Face, Trigger, Dart, Face, Trigger, we go to 1. So I died to Mutagenic Growth. They have 1 card left in hand. But I need this Dryad to survive, so we're gonna block like this. And if my opponent has Mutagenic Growth, I die. Or if they Surveil into Lava Dart. Into another Lava Dart and they cast it. But I have to, you know, give myself a shot at winning this game. It's not Lava Dart. Opponent's trying to think whether, yeah, they sack a land to put me to 1. I think it's probably right for them too. I mean, they know what I'm drawing, I don't. They know what I'm drawing and I don't, so... Mulder DK think with the prime sub 17 months? A 6/6 is just as good as a sub. Facts. And Mad Maxon with the tier 1 sub. See you, Garrett. Take care. 3 years, are we common law married now? Wait. Dude, they randomly binned a Lava Dart! Oh man, that's such a beating! That would have cleared the board. Oh man! Oh! That's a tilt. That's a tilt. All right. Well played for my opponent. My opponent played really well. Still very tilting. Anyway, see you next round. All right. Yeah, great hand. Really good hand. Keep it. Keep it. We lose to main deck Force of Negation, but that's fine. I'll take it. I'll take my L. I'll take my L. What is that? A basic mountain. Oh no! I'm having flashbacks already from the previous round. We're playing around. We're masterfully playing around the Alpine Mundo. Look at this. Look at this. I want the Saga to pop. That's why I'm going for the Fountain here. We have lethal next turn. We do kind of have to watch out though, because Pyretic Ritual into Blood Moon, and I'm gonna lose my shit, man. Ritual into Blood Moon, and I'm gonna lose my shit, okay? So, hold. Hold. FPs, ¿cómo andas? Bienvenido. Alright, so they're just playing some, like, burn stuff. So, okay. Do we play around Gutshot is the question now. I guess that we can play around Gutshot, so I don't see why we wouldn't, right? Amulet. Here's the bounce land. That guy looks fun. You know, you look at this guy and you know that he likes a good time. You know what I'm saying? You just look at this guy and you're like, yeah, he likes a good time. It's my favorite when Colossus just literally nets you mana. I love it when that happens. That's 7 mana. Wee. Wee. Is that good enough? Alright, I guess I gotta stack triggers now. These are the last ones. Get those bounces in there. Now we get all of these amulets in there. Seems like opponent wants to continue brawling apparently, so I mean, just gonna give it to them, right? Now we play this game, which is find which land is gonna untap next. That one. Which land is gonna untap next? That one. I feel like playing, you know, like that game with the little like whistles that come out, and you have to, you know, hit them with a mace. That's the game that I'm playing right now. That's the game that I'm playing right now, and I'm having a good time. It's a good game. Whack-a-mole, yeah, that's the one. That's the one. That's awesome. I guess like we're still playing this game somehow. It's a Valakut, and it's like, I know, that just lands at random. I don't know why. I don't know why we're still here, but we are. So Summoner's Pact for that guy. Play that guy. I guess we have to Vesuva the Stronghold so we can haste all the boys. Gotta haste the boys. Opponent taking it on the chin like a champion. I respect that. I respect taking it on the chin. We haven't made a land drop yet. Yeah, okay. They have finally seen enough. Do we preemptively sideboard against Magus of the Moon? That is the only question that I want to answer here. Is my opponent playing Magus of the Moon in their deck? That is the question. I want to say no. Love how Asusa was. Yeah, Asusa was just like, I'm here. You may concede now. You may concede now. This is officially too much. Opponent, I can imagine the opponent just being like, Cultivator Colossus? Yeah. Primeval Titan? Yeah. Second Primeval Titan? Yeah, okay. Azusa? What? No, I can't. That one's too much. That one's too much. I want nothing to do with that one. Alright, so this is me saying opponent is not playing Magus of the Moon in their deck. Hold. Just I was about to ask about close. I think I've seen enough. Yeah. So now we hold. No Blood Moon, but yes Alpine Moon. So at least I'm gonna get to save my sagas, which is nice. Endurance. Discard saga. Just as I save it, just discard it. Gone. I've canceled like 90% of my Twitch subs in favor of saving for a house. Southern to return my investments on keeping this up with you. I love the comedy here and the gameplay. Thank you, Aaron. Really appreciate it. Means a lot. Just trying to do the thing, you know? Out here trying to do the thing. What are we gonna name here, opponent? What are we gonna name? They still name Ursa Saga. Okay. Damn it. My only lands are Ursa Sagas. Stares at 2 sagas in hand. Damn it. Just getting owned here. Funnily enough, if my opponent Alpine Moons and they name Gruul Turf, they enable me to play this. Because now I won't have to bounce a land for this. Please, please play the Alpine Moon, opponent. Please play it so I can play my Gracer and develop my man. That is kind of hilarious. Do it. Do it. Opponent. Do it. Don't be a coward. Yes. You're gonna name Gruul Turf? Simic Growth Chamber? Oh, that's even better actually for me. Why would you name Growth Chamber instead of the one that's in play, though? Because they don't want me bouncing shit? I don't think it's necessarily a snipe. I definitely want to have a blocker in play though. But I mean, I'm playing 4 copies of this. Like, my opponent doesn't know that I have it in hand, but I'm playing 4 of this and only 2 of this. This is now officially an engineered explosives waiting room now. This is officially an engineered explosives waiting room. Block. Sadness at any cost. Have a look at this interaction. The Moon prevents Saga from tapping for mana even though it's an enchantment land. No, it straight up puts it in the garbage, Aaron. Because of it, but it's specifically because of how Sagas work. When Sagas don't have any counters on them, or like, I don't know how the interaction works. All I know is if you use Spreading Seas or Alpine Moon or Blood Moon or anything like that, if you have anything like that in play and you have a Saga, the Saga immediately goes to the graveyard. I don't know what the reason it is. Like, I don't know how. I don't know how the rules work to make that happen. Landless Lava Spike here. All right. Opponent's really chainy through that deck of theirs. I think they could have DRC. I don't know about that. I could double lock there, but I think the Dryad has more value being in play. Castle? Castle? Aha. Oh. Play that one. Play that one too. Here we go. We may be dead here though. To be fair, we may just be dead here. Sagas check how many abilities they have left. Under Moon effect, they go up to 0 counts before second and you sack them. Okay, well there you go. Yeah, so we are actually just dead here. We're not gonna get to. Boseiju was one turn too late, unfortunately for us. Literally dead on board as is, so. Where are all these Prowess gamers coming from? Can somebody explain to me why we're playing against Prowess twice in a row? Like, Prowess is not a deck, but apparently it is in this specific league against me. Which is kind of funny. This hand is slow. Explore off the top one time. Amulet? Just a casual covenant on elemental. Don't worry about it, opponent. just don't worry about it. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Just your Cavern of Souls on elemental. Don't worry about it. Maybe this Dryad won't die, right? Copium. Really? Maybe this Dryad will not die. Alright? Alright? God damn it, dude. God damn it. Dude, like this Prowess gamers. Just drawing like fire, dude. Let's say I don't block. Opponent darts me. Down to 12. Take 6. Dart me again. Down to 11. Take 8. Down to 3. And if I don't find an untapped land, I straight up lose the game. If I block here, at least I force my opponent to either hit my Dryad with the dart, and I save 3 points of damage. We take 3. My opponent could also go face and sack a land, in which case I would be taking 6. Down to 7. I think I have to take it and hope that I find an untapped land. All right. So we're gonna have to find any untapped land. Castle is the best one. That doesn't do it. Where's my Baloth, man? Where's my pact for Baloth? Just getting bodied by Prowess today. Just getting completely bodied by Prowess. There was no way that I could have sequenced my spells to my lands so I could have an untapped land in hand, though. Where are these Prowess players coming from? Just straight up to destroy me. See you next round. All right, playing against Mistaken. I think I'm keeping this hand. Could be too slow for the mirror. Maybe I'm just... I think I may be just copium. Maybe this is just copium, but... So we can go turn 1, Gracer, bounce land. So now that we drew another land, I'm going to go turn 1 Gracer, Valakut, say go, because I may find an Amulet. But he's going to have Amulet before I do, unless I draw Amulet right now. Which means that I'm going to be behind Amulet. That's a Saga, but that's going to pop off later now. Let's start with Explore, Growth Chamber. They need a Susa, though, to kill me next turn. Got 2 lands. Let's go Chamber, land, Gracer, put Saga into play. We can Titan next turn. Oh, he's making a token? Well, that's very good for me. Can we find an Amulet? Unfortunately, that doesn't do it. So I'm gonna just try to set up the best I can, which is not great, by the way. Because we're gonna have to pay for Pact. It's just pretty brutal. Unless we have Boseiju to do stuff next turn, so I can kill his Dryad. If I have time, I'm gonna play a Karn League today, Steps. We'll see how it goes. Oh, well, I'm super dead. Show me. Because they're 1 mana short. They can't transmute. They're 1 mana short of transmuting. So they need to prime time. Alright, that's good enough. Boseiju looks good. Forces look good. Dismember looks good. Everything else I don't care for. Explore can come out. 1 cavern can come out. 2 caverns. Turntimber. Turntimber is actually kind of great now that I think about it because of force. Man, I'm over exaggerating, but Grixis Shadow has always been such a pain in the ass for Amulet, and now with Unholy Heat we can't even tech them out anymore with Chameleon Colossus. I mean, it was the first win we had today, so the only win we had today was the Grixis Shadow. Awful hand. This hand's pretty bad too, but we're gonna need some bounce lands. Many of them. F. Oh, should we attack with Gracer? My bad. My bad, chat. I've disappointed you. I've disappointed you, chat. Pretty dead here. Ugh. Pass the turn. Where's my other Boseiju? Try it. Okay. Am I about to get forced here? Please don't force me. Bounce land. That sucks. Can I, how much longer can I keep dodging the Primeval Titan? How much longer can I keep dodging here? Just adding insult to injury, aren't we? Just adding insult to injury. Oh man. Oh man. The most anemic Amulet mirror of all time. The most anemic Amulet mirror ever. Don't blow out my shit, bro. Oh, yes! Now I can cast my prime time. Hell yeah! You have activated my trap card, opponent. Thanks for fixing my mana. They're gonna get a Valakut though, which is kind of rough, honestly. Definitely getting Growth Chamber, and then we can kind of choose which way to go about this. I think I want to go for the second T-West. Next turn we pay for Pact. We're gonna have 3 mana, we get to transmute. I think actually Boseiju is gonna matter more. I just have to kill the Dryad. Still trying to dodge freaking Valakut or Primetime. My opponent is ahead, as weird as... At least with unknown info. Like, they could be ahead here. Wait, why fetch? It's a weird fetch. So now this is just Vindicate? That's cool. So we're gonna pay for Pact. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another Primetime is nice. Swing again. We're gonna get another Bounce Land plus Boseiju here. Let's get Garrison. Oh no, Stabs gets to choose the deck. That can never go well. That's not a great block. Only 3 basics. So he's out of basics. I think I'm just gonna Boseiju the castle, right? He only has 4 mana. Dismember. All right. Next turn we Primetime again. Well, god damn it. I'll block your tokens. Okay, he figure out. He figure out. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This dude. I can go bounce Stronghold or I can go double bounce. I kind of want to set up this Cultivator Colossus. I think I'm going to set up the Colossus, actually. So now we should be set up for next turn. He's holding up Boseiju. Yeah, he's holding up Boseiju, and next turn we can just go draw it and do the thing. All right. On the draw, I don't like Colossus too much. I much rather go with Explore and try to smooth out my draw. Has anyone had their Sagas merge for the will like yet? It's fucked. Yeah, that sounds like a bad time. I'm gonna keep like this post board. Like the matchups get so grindy. I think I'm gonna keep this hand. I would really like to see a fucking force. I think a force would be fantastic. But otherwise, I'm just gonna pay my land drops one at a time. Building blue white as a second deck and hope that to be yeah. Sounds like fun. Oh. All right. We may be about to Boseiju each other's stuff. We may be playing a Boseiju mirror match over here. I'm gonna do this on his upkeep though. This is bad against force, but I feel like everything is bad against force. Everything we do is just bad against force. Okay. Get a nice little boost here. Oh, he's gonna Boseiju my bounce? Okay. Alright, I respect that. We still have the bounce line trigger on the stack. I much rather deploy the Dryad than make it construct there. Constructs, as you saw in the previous game, they're just pretty much terrible. This is draw step. I think I just let this go and just play my Dryad. And if he has another force, it's just like table flipping time. Table flipping time. Bounce land. I mean, I guess it's sort of a bounce land. I have 5 mana. I have 5 mana, god damn it. Let's assume that he has a Titan in hand. Because he probably does. Plays Titan, just gets double Valakut and just obliterates my board. So there's not really that much use in me playing out this Riot. It just doesn't really do anything. So what I want to do is next turn, I'm going to just pact for Azusa and then just cast a Prime Time. Yeah, that's the plan. Well, I only have 5 mana. Azusa is +1 mana. Because I have 0, right? Gracer is the same thing. I only have 5 mana. That's why I said earlier that I only have 5 mana. So I imagine that he's just gonna, you know, blow this up. That's so much worse for me. Really? Huh. So he kills the Dryad, I get a land. I packed for a Sousa? I'm gonna have only 1 land drop left if I packed for a Sousa. I find Bounce Land plus Valakut. Bounce Land plus Vesuva. Oh no, Vesuva is in the graveyard. Oh no! Dude, my land was sick. So I would have gotten Bounce Land plus Vesuva. Vesuva copy my opponent's land. Then what that does is allows me to play the Dryad. They kill the Dryad. I get a basic forest. I have the Vesuva mana, which is going to be 2, and the Valakut mana, plus the other land. So what I get is I deployed second Dryad, I packed for Gracer, play Vesuva, copy my own Valakut, kill the Primeval Titan. That was the line that I was going for. But it doesn't work now. So I guess I just have to double Valakut. Oh man, that would have been so sick! That would have been so freaking sick, man. So now what do we do? That's not an option. So that is not an option, so we can't really haste here. Yeah, I think that is the only thing that I can really do. It's just Boseiju Bounce Land. Oh! Well, I misclicked. That sucks. Well, I forgot that I had already clicked on the Valakut. This is obviously a mistake, and I shouldn't have done this. So now it's gonna blow up my Dryad. And I could deploy another one, but I've already used up my extra land drops. So it doesn't really do anything for me. The thing is that I need to have my opponent use their Valakut shots here, because otherwise I'm actually just dead. I may still be dead anyway. Man, I can't believe I'm gonna lose this game because of the stupid fucking... because of the Vesuva being in the graveyard. That's so brutal. Well, Pact for Gracer doesn't kill anything. There's only one Valakut in play. I can only bolt them. If I could kill a Titan, I would. That's literally what I said earlier. My entire plan was precisely to kill the Titan. I think we're just dead here, and he just has another Titan in hand. It all came down to the Vesuva having been destroyed earlier in the game. Yeah, pretty brutal. All right, see you next round. All right, playing against Inspiring Punt Master. I think I'm gonna keep this hand. This is a turn 3 Dryad into turn 4 Titan, which seems strong on the play. Overgrown Tomb. Well, erase that. No turn 3 Dryad. Por supuesto, Rodrigo, por supuesto. Taking Summoner's Pact. Oh, I should have put the Turntimber into play. Yeah, I should have. Oh, they have another. Okay. Bounce land? How about the worst draw into deck instead? Oh, I messed up. I don't have the Dryad anymore. Like, I wanted to protect this from this card, but it's more important to make sure that if I draw a Titan, I can cast it immediately, and now I can't. Ha! Got him. Your monkey's not doing shit. A monkey ain't doing shit. Is this just like Boomer Jund? Is my opponent gonna cast a Bloodbraid Elf right now? The 1-3 bracket! Yes! The 1-3 bracket. Modern is ever evolving, but some things never change. Modern is ever evolving, but some things never change. So, I mean, I could cast this and just not draw anything, just a 5/5. This is better if my opponent has Liliana or anything like that. And then next turn I can start spitting out dudes. I mean, it doesn't feel great, but I think it's better. Like, there's so many ways that this backfires otherwise, right? So just paying 7 mana for a 5/5 trample, it's actually not terrible against Jund, you know? They need to have exactly terminate. They have exactly terminate. Dreadbore, excuse me. Excuse me. It's Dreadbore, of course. Take 3. Just playing against K Command here because I can. I wonder if my opponent's playing Boseiju in their deck. Look at their fancy non-foil but alternate art fucking dual lands or whatever. Let's make a dude. Sure. Gonna untap and make another dude. And I think I'm gonna get Expedition Map here. Pass the turn. End step, I'm gonna fetch for a bounce land, and then I'm gonna bounce Turntimber, and then I'm gonna have enough mana to cast it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, because the Saga died. I'm an idiot. Okay, so I actually need to play this out. Name beast. Evolution are real, then why we still got justice? Those are the questions that keep me up at night. Those are the questions that keep me up at night. Electric Bob with the raid. Thank you so much, Electric Bob. Welcome everybody from Bob's stream. Wow. Okay. Played your deck on stream the other day. Bob, it was fantastic. Had a really, really good time. That blows up my opponent's own monkey. Mokasias, thank you for the follow. I think I'm gonna go for bounce land. And I'm gonna spin the wheel. Maybe I should have gotten another green source instead of Boros. Maybe I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Prime time? Okay. This looks like 7 mana. And this looks like a Turntimber. Spin that wheel, chat. Are you feeling lucky? Are you feeling lucky, chat? Yes, yes, we are feeling lucky. Well, Cultivator doesn't do anything. We have only 1 land in hand. This is so much better than Cultivator. This is so much better than Cultivator. It's not even funny how much better than Cultivator this is. I think this is what gives me the highest upside. Even if opponents has something like a Liliana of the Veil, they still need to deal with my Saga tokens, and I'm gonna set up another Titan for next turn. So this game should now be officially over. Sure, you gotta terminate, whatever. I really don't care. Prowess works over. I mean, we have been getting bodied today. I've been getting absolutely destroyed today. Got paired against Prowess twice somehow. Okay, so transmute, Summoner's Pact. 4. Now we can Cultivator, and I feel like it's a good play. Now we can Cultivator, and I think it's probably better than Primeval Titan. Just 11 cards. You know, just 10. We actually get to explore here, which is kind of nice. So play explore here. Play that so we don't die to a removal spell past the turn. This doesn't have haste? What a joke. Good old Jund. Years and years have gone by. Wait, they sacked a treasure? I don't think there's a difference between 4 and 5. Like it's bold plus something else anyway, so I'd much rather, you know, kill the one that my opponent that gives my opponent another look. If we do untap, the game is over. Get a Dryad, play my Dryad. Alright. No, Tracker randomly pretty good against Jund. Let's go. It's also pretty good against Jund. Endurance is probably really good against Jund too. Let's cut a couple of sagas. Cut a couple of sagas. Cut a couple of amulets. One Grazer. I still want some number of them because I have a bunch of 3-drops now. In fact, probably Grazer is better than Explore at this point. Maybe cut one Colossus for an Explore. Stat and bad. What's going on 1 and 3? We've been getting really unlucky today. Like, we lost, we had lethal on board, and my opponent wins by flipping a Lava Dart of a DRC trigger. This hand's great, by the way. They blind flip a card from the DRC trigger, and it's exactly Lava Dart, which gives them exactly lethal. I was gonna survive at 1. Also, my opponent's playing the 61 card special. You gotta respect that. Like that's how my day has been going today. It's been real. It's been real out here. What do you want? Probably should take the Pact here. They take Relic instead. Okay. Relic instead of Pact. I mean, that has to mean that they have another discard spell, right? That's the only thing that makes sense. One of those is zero. That's true. That's actually true. Probably pretty unlikely for this Dryad to survive. So I'm going to just pass the turn here, developing mana to the best of my ability. Just trying to maximize on mana here. Fatal Push. Okay, that's fine. I wonder if my opponent kept like a Necromantia hand or something like that. I mean, if they did, we can pact for Tracker, which is nice. And we can track her draw 2 cards because of the Grazer. Tracker. Tireless Tracker. Miguel. Tireless Tracker. Let's do it. Okay. That's fine. I'm gonna hold on to this Grazer here. Because of Call Against command. I'm more afraid of K command than I'm afraid of like Monkey at this point. I mean, they better have an answer for this thing because it's coming quick. They're about to be not alive opponents, so I don't know, man. I'm just confused here. I'm just confused. Sure, Alpine Moon name Valakut. Whatever. Simic Growth Chamber. Okay. I mean, it's a way to delay the unavoidable, but, you know, like literally any land in my deck just does it here. We don't even need castle, it's just any land does it. Like it doesn't even need to be it doesn't even need to be a castle. Wait. Is it W now for me? It's W, yeah. Yeah, even a bounce line would have done it. So Valakut bounce land here. Valakut you a little bit. Just Valakut you a little bit more. Serve. Tularia West would be the worst draw. Yeah, but like my opponent's doing nothing, right? I don't think I'm afraid of anything at all that they can do. They just can't do anything. Like their deck is just not prepared to deal with this. Yep, there we go. All right, so 3 and 2, not great, not great. But you know, every now and then everybody has a bad league. It's understandable. Also, our losses were to like Prowess and the Mirror, so can't be super upset. We beat Shadow and we beat, well, John's not really a deck anyways, but I think this is a really good shell though. I kind of like this. Maybe I would like to make room for one more bounce land. That's the only thing that I feel like I'm kind of missing that I liked from the Battleman's list is the fact that we get, you know, 10 clean bounce lands. So that feels kind of nice. And maybe we want to try to do something like that here. Also, I guess I forgot to make my split different. Like this should be the proper split, I think. But yeah, we could add another Gruul Turf in place of what? Second Cavern. Then we move the Cavern to the sideboard. Cut Relic. What I consider kind of the second area for a bounce land. I mean, personally, I really like having access to 2 T-Wests. I feel like I use them a lot. But yeah, you can. Like, you can cut this, you can cut this, and you can cut this, I think. I chose to go with Cavern, but, you know, you can... I would not fault you if you cut any of these. Saga is probably, like, the one that you should be less likely to cut. So either one of these is defensible. But yeah, Tracker actually showed up and it was pretty nice. I'm down to continue testing this card. Endurance was just very good overall. Considering the matchups that I faced today, I would like a Baloth, but I don't think that the matchups that I faced today are particularly representative of the modern metagame, so I wouldn't really worry too much about it. So it's more like an anecdotal thing more than anything else. But I think this list is legit. I think I like it, and I would probably register something similar to this if I had an event this weekend. But that's going to be it for this league. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.